Alright, in this video I'm going to show you how to set up a Google site. So what you need to do is you're going to go to the login here and go ahead and log in using your Hart District email address. And once you've logged in, you can go up to the 9 boxes up here, go to the apps, and then you can choose Google Sites. And if you don't see Google Sites, go down to more and you can click on that, and then you should have other options and you should be able to find sites eventually, but the icon should look like this, and then go ahead and select that. Once you've done that, you can create a new site by going over to this button right here, Create, and select that. We're going to come up with a name for your site, and I would suggest that you use something simple like your last name or your email login or something like that. I'm going to go ahead and create this site, and I'm going to do J Vincent. And the reason that I'm going to do this is because I want my site location to be able to get pulled up when somebody enters a URL. They could enter right here, and then it'll type in J Vincent at the end. But I could call my site, if I wanted to, Mr. Vincent. Okay, and then I would go ahead and switch this so that I could have this be set to, let's just say Vincent. Okay, or better yet, let's go back and let's just do J Vincent, so that way in case there's another Vincent out there, it doesn't get messed up. So once I've done that, I can select a theme for my site. There's a whole bunch of options. You can do that by clicking on the select theme and then choose one. You can change it later, you're not stuck with it. So I'll click Open Sky, and then I'll go ahead and go back up, and I can just select Create. Now once I've done that, Google is going to start building my site. And what's really cool about the Google Site feature is that it's really easy to edit, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So up top, you can see this is how my web page looks. I can add text and pictures and files and everything really easily. All you have to do is go up top here to Edit Page, and I can edit my home page. So right off the bat, I can change the title right here. I can put in content. So I could say, welcome to Mr. Vincent's homepage, yada yada. I could put some stuff about me. I can add in some different formatting for my text, change size, underline, bold, all that kind of stuff, lists. You can see all those options up there. I can even insert different things like images, links, contents. I can pull things from my Google Drive, or I could put in a calendar, and I'm going to show you how to do all of those things. So I have my home page. I edited it, and said welcome to my page, and then I went ahead and entered some text. Now I can go up here and we can just do Save Page. So once I do that, I now have saved my home page. So I have one page built. Now you guys probably want to have several pages built. So I'm going to show you how to do a few things. One would be just a couple other things. So if I wanted to add like a contact page for students so they could get my extension, my email address, and let's say office hours, what I would do would be I'd go up here and I could click on this new page icon, and then let's go ahead and put in a contact page, and then I'm going to leave this template as a web page, and I'm going to put the page at the top level. That's kind of the menu ordering, and we'll get more into that in a little bit. But I could create a contact page, then go to Create, and then once I've gone to Create, then what I can do is I can go ahead and just start typing in the information that I want to be seen. So let's say I want to put my email. Okay, I could do email, and I could type in my email address. Then I could highlight that, and if I want to make it a link, so if a student clicked on that, it took it straight to like an email application, then I can just go up top to this link option right there and click on that, and then it'll automatically make it into a link. Okay. I could also go down here and I could add some other stuff. So let's say I wanted a phone number. Okay, then I could put in the school's phone number. So I could do 61 extension 190. Okay, and I could do office hours. I could do Wednesdays after school from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Okay, and that way I have this information which my students can see. They can easily find that, parents as well. And now that I've finished up with this page and I have the information that I want, I can go ahead and hit save. Now you can see on the left hand side I've got a navigation, and different templates have different locations for this stuff, but I've got my home page which I can go to, and I've got my contact page, and both of those pages have information that is pretty valuable. So I can add even more to that. Let's say I wanted to make a particular class. So I teach digital photography, so I'll add a page for that. So I would call my page Digital Photo 1A, and then I'm going to go ahead and leave this as a top level link. So I'll click on Create. And now I've got this extra link here, and I could put maybe like a welcome to Digital Photo 1A, and I could put in some different information just about the class if I wanted to. But the reason I'm really creating this is because I'm going to add different things like assignments and stuff like that to it. So let's say I had here my Digital Photo 1A, and then I wanted to save that. Okay. And then I could add a new page under that Digital Photo 1A, and I could start listing my assignments. So I could put in assignment 1, okay? And with that assignment 1, I'm going to go ahead and put that under the Digital Photo 1A page. So I can click here on Select a Location. You can also choose a different location if it's not the default one, which we just had right there. So you could choose a new location, and then you could scroll down and it'll ask you what you want to put everything under. So I'm going to select Digital Photo 1A there, and then I'll click Create. And once I've done that, it'll take me to my page that I just created. So I have assignment number 1, okay? And so if I wanted to, I could put in take a photo using a camera and edit it using Adobe Photoshop, okay? And let's say I wanted to put some other different text kind of things in here. I could do a numbered list. So you know, maybe I want to do instructions, so we could do turn on your camera, and then we could do press the shutter release button, and then 3, check your photo. Okay, and if I wanted to do another type of list, I could just go down, add some extra lines. I could go in here. Maybe I want to do some tips. Okay, make sure no one is blinking in your picture. Don't take a selfie Snapchat, and I don't know, some other ones. You can put all kinds of stuff in there. So you can keep going. You can change indents. You can do all that kind of stuff up here. All right, and now I've got my assignment. Now let's say I had something on here that I really wanted to touch on, and this was like I wanted to add a file in here. I could click on Add Files, and I could choose a file that I had, and then I could upload that so that you'd be able to download it or do anything with it. So after I've got my assignment 1 page, I'll go ahead and save. And now I have my assignment 1. So when students are at the home page, they could go there, and you could turn that up there. So then I could take my Digital Photo 1A class, I could go to assignment 1, and then they'd go straight to the assignment and be able to find it and any other files that I wanted to add with it. Now another thing that you could do, I'm going to add another page here. I could add a, I'll get a second assignment page, assignment number 2. Or actually, let's go ahead and just do let's do lecture number 1. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this not at the top level, but instead I want this, if I have it set up or I put it under assignment 1, I don't want that, because then it'll go Digital Photo 1A, then assignment 1, then lecture 1 instead, which might be how you want to set it up, but I'm going to make sure that I have this set just so it's under Digital Photo 1A, so that way it doesn't just keep going down the line. So I could click on Create, and now I'll have a lecture 1 and an assignment 1 under my Photo 1A. Now let's say I want to put some information here, so we could do this lecture was on aperture and the notes are attached. So I could go down to the bottom here, select Add Files, and then once I've done that, I can choose a PowerPoint that I've done, and then I'll go ahead and open it, and I'll upload it. So that way that students can download it and look at it later, and they'll be able to view everything. So you'll have your aperture.powerpoint right there. and they'll be able to download it. You can also delete it right here if you accidentally put in the wrong one. But all your information for this lecture could be right here, so that way you can just quickly have a link to everything. Once you've done that, just go ahead up top and go ahead and hit save, and then this page is all done. Okay, so now I've added in all kinds of text. If I wanted to, I could go back and edit this page or any page that I'm viewing while I'm in this window and logged in, and I could click on, let's say, lecture 1, and let's say I wanted to edit the page. I could go back and I could do all kinds of other things. So I could go to insert, and let's say I wanted to put in a chart or something from my Google Drive. I could easily do that, or like let's say I wanted a YouTube video, I could add something like that in there as well, and it'll just put a link to that video and set it up so students could go to that and find the information really quickly. So an example, let's say I just click on YouTube, and then if I knew the URL of a video, then that would be great. Let's say I just dump that in there and then hit save, it would put the video directly in there. Okay. And then after that's all done, I can go ahead and hit save, and my page is done and edited. Okay. Now another page that you might want to do could be that you want to have some files or something like that that are uploaded to your Google Drive for students to be able to view. So if I want to add another page, I could just put in, let's call this page files, and then I'm going to make this so that this page gets put under my Digital Photo 1A class. So it's just my Digital Photo 1A files. And then what I could do would be to go ahead and take this, and we'll do create. Alright, and then in this page I could select all kinds of different things. So I could add files one by one, but let's say I have a Google Drive folder set up with all the files that I need for my class. Then I could go to insert, go over to let's go to our Google Drive, and then I'm gonna grab a folder, okay, and that folder is going to end up then dumping everything that's in that folder in there. So I could go down, let's find something good here. So let's say I chose how about my photo folder? How's that? Okay, that should be good. So I'll go ahead and grab that, and then I'll grab the folders that are inside of that. So if I do that, or I only get to grab one, so I've got my syllabus. So let's say I select that, and then I do save. You'll see a thing that'll pop up like this, okay, and it's going to end up taking up more space on your screen, but it will just automatically link to your Google Drive and that folder that you have set up. So if I hit save, then it'll have everything that is in that Google Drive folder that I have. So I've got my syllabus from Photo 1A last year and this year. So I'd have that available, which students could then click on any photo, and then they'd be able to download files or view them. So great for presentations, documents, anything like that that you want to spread and get to your students. So I've got my files and everything like that in there. And then let's go ahead and create something a little bit different than that. So I'm going to create a new page, and let's say I've got a calendar for my students for all of their work. What I can do is I'll just call this page calendar. I want this to be at the top level for my site. So unless you wanted it to be specific to a class, you could change that, but I'm going to go ahead and leave this at the top level, and then I'll create my new page. And once I've done that, I get the area that I could type in and do everything. I could just go up to insert, and then I could go to calendar right here, and once I select that, then I could choose a calendar that I already have built. And you can do this by going to Google Calendar and adding in your own calendars, which would be great for homework and tests and all that kind of stuff. But I could put that all into a calendar. I could click on that and select it, and then click select again. There's some options that you can have. You can do month, you could do week, you could do all kinds of stuff. And I'm going to go ahead and hit save, and once I've done that, I've got all of this stuff in here ready to go, and then I'll just hit save one more time, and we'll get a preview of what's going on. So now I've got a calendar with all kinds of sports and things that are going on, which makes it really easy for students to be able to view everything. And you can see that they could go to home, the calendar, contact, Digital Photo 1A, and work their way down. Okay. And so we've got all these pages, and you can just keep adding more and more, which is kind of the beauty of this whole site. Now, there's some other options that you can do to change things for your site. So for instance, if I go to more up here, you can see all kinds of settings. You can change certain page settings, you can delete pages, you can do all kinds of stuff. I could even go down here and I could do manage site, and this is going to give me some of a lot of the like global permissions for the site. So I've got my site name. Maybe I should probably fix that and add a period there, and then I hit save, and it's going to instantly then fix that for the rest of my site. Now if you scroll down, there's some other ones which are pretty cool. You could go down and right down here you could click on automatically adjust site to mobile phones, which will make it so that then your students could for once pull up something productive on their phone other than Twitter, and they could pull up your class's web address. So if you're able to do that, then you can go ahead and set that up. So if I go down here, then I can adjust that and do that, and then I can go ahead and hit save. And then once I do that, everything will be saved from my site. Okay. I could also go to some other options here. You can see recent site activity. It'll show you everything that I've done. So I've made changes on my pages and how I built everything. You can see all the pages that are on my website. You can view all the attachments that I have. So I have that PowerPoint that I updated or uploaded, and then there's different page templates that you can go through and you can edit, and some of those are options. Okay, you can even find deleted items. So if you do delete a page and you're like, uh-oh, I need to get that back, then you can pull that back up and restore it back to your site. It's not gone forever. So then there's the general options, which I was already showing you. And then this big one is sharing and permissions. So once I've built my site, I have everything. The only person that's been able to view it up until now has been me. And so I want to change that. So I want to be able to share that with everybody else. And I can do that by switching who has access right here. So it's set to private, where only I can access it. If I switch this and I click on change, then I can adjust this to go public on the web. And once I've done that, then I can click save, and now anybody who goes to my link will be able to view my website. So this would be something great for, you could post this in your syllabus or send it out to your students, have them write it down. They would go to this link right here, and then they'd go ahead and go to that page. So what my page actually looks like, if I were to go back and click on my site, this is what I see when I'm logged in. But if I were to log out, and then let's go back, oh, still logged in. Go ahead and copy this link right here really quick and sign out. And then let's go back in. This is what students would see. So they can go to my calendar and they would see this all set up. Okay, and then I could set it so that they could go to my contact page, my digital photo page, my assignments. Everything's all here live on the web. So you can even down at the bottom, you can do print page, you can do sign in, and then you can quickly get back so that way you can log in and edit your site. But all of these things are how you could set up your Google site. The big thing is to make sure that you build it and then change the sharing permissions like I showed you. So that way everybody can view it, and it's best to leave it so that nobody has to log in to view your site. If you make it so that it's open to the web, then it's really easy for people to access it. So if you have any other questions, contact a tech person at your school, and you should be able to set up your Google site and build a web environment for your classroom in no time.